Should have put your Saturday morning music on, but never mind, we'll have to have this one.
Put the presume music on.
Yeah, I forgot the Saturday morning music. There you go. Good morning, hello. You get both intros this morning. Hope you're doing very well. Welcome to the Flory Model Saturday live show. Specialist. Will be specialist? I don't know. Probably.
Special. Yeah,
Special show. We're all special. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Good morning to obviously everybody in the Flory Models live chat. That's absolutely rammed this morning. So good morning to everybody who's made it in there. Okay. Yes, look, here you Phil. I know. We do know you can hear us. That's why we do it. So, yes, all good. Anyway, hope you're all doing very well and you've all had a good week. We've got a little bit of a special this morning. So, obviously on. But also, after consulting with the chaps below, we've decided we're going to do a bit this afternoon as well. So, we'll do a 3 till 3:30 type show. Or entire. We need a wee or we're bored with us. So whichever one happens first. So yes, but we're doing this one. Anyway, the whole reason we're here is obviously we've had a vote going over the last day and a bit for what the next live build would be for me. Because obviously part of these shows are all live builds that we're doing. So for my one, obviously we've been looking very much. Let me just refresh the poll just in case there's been a change, which if I better not, because I've already started. So yes, anyway, here we go. This is the poll that's been running for obviously the next build. And to be honest with you, it was a lot closer than I thought. Because at one point at the beginning, the TIE Fighter was non-existent. Then we mentioned it a bit and saw it. And obviously it went right the way up into the lead. Then Blue Thunder came back. Then at one point, the Eurofighter was catching up very nicely as well. And then it's been bouncing between, technically, Blue Thunder and the TIE Fighter for the last couple of hours. So, but anyway, as you can see, in the clear lead, 31% of the votes, we're going for Blue Thunder. And then obviously 25% of the votes down in there, we've actually got for the TIE Fighter and the actual Eurofighter. So well done, everybody who voted. You've all got your wish. So that's it, sorted. So obviously I'm going to be working on Blue Thunder. This is the very, very old, quite basic. And yeah, it's a bit, just to give you an idea. So yes, anyway, it should be okay once you, as you can see in here. I've taken some off the sprues, but to be honest, most of them have already done the job for me. So I just had to literally carry on with that one. So that's what I'm going to be up to this morning going through with this one. We've also got a couple of sales going on, big ones at the moment as well. So over on the actual Flory Models site, if you pop over here and then you go over to the store, which is just here. All right, and then go down. As you can see, we've got a massive sale on these. So it's 25% off the washes. So a bottle of wash, instead of costing you sort of $4.99 plus the VAT, it's only going to cost you £3.75 plus VAT where applicable. Obviously, if you're not in the UK, you don't pay VAT. So there you go. We've obviously got deals on the bottles. We've got the full wash sets. We've got the thick and the thin washes. We've got the pigment sets, the pigments, and all the rest of it. And if you want to support the channel, is that what they say on YouTube Land? You can buy some merch.
Yeah,
so
buy some
obviously,
merch.
We do this one. This is obviously, you could call it a mouse mat or you can call it a photo etch bending mat. And obviously down there, you get the full sticker sets, you get the mouse mat, and you get the card collector set as well, all for a measly £8. So, but yes, so that's all right with that one. So pretty good to deal with that. And then obviously we've got aprons and we've got T-shirts, which I'm wearing now, which are definitely a bit cooler wearing a T-shirt than it is the polo shirts because they're really thick. And if you want to prepare for the winter, obviously we've got the hoodies. So if you want to get a hoodie, not probably this time of year, but something for the winter, we've got the hoodies up there as well at just £33. So if you want to grab one of those, you can do as well. All right. So there you go, guys. That's from my side of it. It's all up there now. So just pop along to the florymodels.org store and you can grab all of those. PM Models obviously is doing 15% off all kits this weekend, excluding special offers and damaged boxes. But in the special offers area,
we've got some specials.
We have extra specials.
Some extra special prices.
Very nice. So we've managed to find some more Hellcats. It's amazing how many Hellcats we can get hold of.
Yeah, so the Ed-Odd ones went.
Yes, so there we go, into Hobby Boss now. Yeah. So we got that. We've got the Intruder. We've got the Fallback. Obviously, this is the fantastic Hobby Boss Hurricane Mark 1. U2. And then obviously we've got some lovely ICM stuff as well. So we've got the 30-second, this is the 30-second one, isn't it? Oh, yeah. 30-second Cobra. We've got the Heinkel. And again, are these the 48 scale ones? Yes, it is.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
So, yes, got the 40. I can tell you've done this and not
You can't have put the scale in, have I?
No, because you've got the code in instead of the scale.
Yeah, you can tell code, look, you can tell the code what it is.
Yes, that's it. So anyway, we've got those as well. We've got the Meng Hornets down in here. We've got the Chieftains, you name it. We've got the special hobby Vigans as well. Very nice indeed.
Yeah.
So yes, if you fancy any of those ones, these ones you won't get any more discount off of that because they are already in the specials area, just like that. And then last up, the damage boxes section, as you can see, just down in here, we've got the usual
stuff.
There. All the usual suspects are down in there. So if you want any of those ones, just pop along over to the PM store. So it's pmmodels.uk. All right. And pmmodelsuk.com. And then obviously there is links down below. So if you click onto the actual the bit of anywhere on this, it should, in YouTube land as well, have the links directly down to it. So just click on the link and it will take you to where you need to go as well to get your bits and pieces. So yes, there we go.
So
done.
That's it. Yeah.
Very good. Right, what are you guys working on this morning then? What are you doing, Matt?
I am. I will show you in a minute. Let me just get back on track. I've rescued it.
Oh, look, it's back to how it should be.
So I literally spent most of yesterday in between other things trying to get this done.
Right.
So it's now painted as it should be. So I have gone for that one at the bottom.
Yes, I think that's the nicest one. Yeah.
With a parrot on it or whatever it is. What is that? What is it? Oh, no, it's the, I don't know what that is. Look, it's a bloke in a cape.
Oh, right, that's it. Yeah.
It's like the hooded claw. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. So my thing is to get some decals on it today.
Nice.
So yes, that's my plan. Get a bit of decaling done. So I've set myself up with my little tray look in the background. Can you see?
Yep.
Little tray and cup warmer.
Very nice.
So we'll see how these decals work. Because whose are they? Whoever they are.
Oh, the Ask ones. Yeah.
I've never used them, so I don't know what they're like, but we'll find out.
We will find out. We can do all of this live, which
set
will
and
be good.
salt. That's what I need. Set and salt.
Definitely. Right. Okay. And Nathan, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm going to be throwing this together.
Cool.
The old PR19. So I've made a little start this morning for the 50s group build.
Very nice indeed.
Split switch. So it's just bits at the moment.
Cool.
Yeah, there we go. Bits of Spitfire coming together. Get that out of the way.
Very nice.
It's an old Airfix kit, but the plastic's different. I don't know. So I don't know how many years ago I bought this, but nice little kit, you know.
Is it one of the UK ones then? Do we think?
It could be. I don't know. I mean, I bought this like donkeys years ago. But it's not that weird soft plastic. It's quite pingy. It's nice. I like it. I'll be throwing this together today, I think.
Cool. Very good. Excellent. And just to point out to everybody who's panicking now on the Flory family, the group build has obviously come to an end, but I'm not going to lock down the reveal section until midday, until after I've done this, because I have to manually do it. It's not on an auto thing. I have to go in and do it. So you've still got then the next sort of, couple of hours to get your reveal ones in and done. Because I know I've had loads of messages from people saying about, I'm away, I've done this, I've done that, the cat set me homework and all of that about, can I have extra time? As I said, you've had 6 months. So, but anyway, technically it should have ended overnight, but I'm letting it roll so the last of you stragglers can get your builds just down into that one. Because again, we've got some good ones. There's 125 finishes on that at the moment. So you can get your ones in there. After the show, I will lock it. So use this opportunity as we're having a show today to get the last of those ones done, get them up, and then Nathan will be designing and sorting out the virtual medals for those as well. All right, which obviously will be on your forum.
So that's the one, the 43 one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Turning the tide.
The one I locked this morning.
If you haven't locked it, you can't lock it.
I can.
No, you can't. I turned that ability off for you lot because it goes horrendously wrong. It's bad enough you lot going around deleting and moving stuff without my knowledge. It's like, hey, what have we? I don't know. But yes. So anyway, what I will do now though, because I haven't done it yet, I will unlock the start for the actual 1950s one because I've just remembered I haven't unlocked it yet. So
yes. So yes, Greg. In a minute, you can start your 50s.
Oh, was that his thing? To be honest, it's been a bit busy this morning, to say the least. I've been up since 5.
Yes.
So, yes. Okay, let me do it right now. Categories. Talk amongst yourselves whilst I just try and sort this out. Right, where are we? Group build. So we want 1950s. That's the one we want. We want manage. We go to systems. We go to locks. Unlock. Manage. System, unlock, save. Right, refresh everybody, and it will be by magic now ready to go.
So there you go. Start your engines.
Start your engines. Yes, that's what we need. I tell you what, I was looking at obviously what you guys are planning to build. Some really nice stuff in there, I must admit. There's actually some cool ideas. Some of the ones that have struck me already, which I thought was a really good one, was obviously the hold on, let me find it where they've all gone there. Where are we? One of them was that coat truck.
Pardon?
Oh, yeah, the coat
truck. Look at this one.
Bit early for that.
What, Charlie? Michael's
Charlie truck.
Charlie truck. But yeah, a 53 Ford. That is cool. Look at that. That's what you need.
It does
is that one of them cameo? Oh, it's a Ford. They did a cameo as well, a Chevy cameo, I think. In that livery, there's loads of Coca-Cola. Must be thinking with AMT at the minute in cahoots because they've done other. That is cool, actually. I
like that one. Obviously, Nathan's going to work on a Sabre. So, are you going to? Is that Ecuadorian or whatever it is? That other one.
I'm going to do an American one and a Colombian one.
Oh, is it Colombian? Is it? It's hard to tell with that. It's got a bit of everyone's flag in it.
It does look that way, doesn't it? But the thinking was do like the Sabre is the 1950s jet, isn't it?
Yes, very much.
So the Colombian one came right at the end in 1959. Obviously, the Americans had a few used Sabres to palm off, didn't they?
Get rid of, offload.
So I thought Sabres is either that or a MiG-15, and I went with the American jet.
It is a bit iconic, a MiG-15 or a Sabre in it for the 50s.
The other one that obviously took my thing is Chen is planning on doing the 59 thingy-majig. What's it called? Cadillac, which was obviously Ecto 1.
Oh, yes.
So I take it he's going to backdate it.
Backdate it to a 50s.
to the 50s one. So, yeah, it's going to be a 50s Ghostbuster one. But yeah, love that. Look at that. How cool is that?
You need to just go back to the ambulance, innit? That'd be cool.
So yes, very, very good indeed. So anyway, some really smart ones coming down the line for that group build. It runs to the end of the year. It's our final group build of the year. So you've actually got plenty of time from that one. So yes. Is Andy on holiday? He is indeed. I know it was his birthday yesterday. So happy 59th, is it?
8,
eh?
58, isn't it?
Is it 58, 60, 62? I can't remember.
I think it's 58.
Yes, no, he's on holiday this week. We are good bosses. We actually let him have a holiday. I don't know how we do it. And he gets paid for it as well.
Paid holiday?
I know. Does he? I don't know, actually. Better check with that with accounts. Leslie?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so anyway, no, Andy's on holiday. And do you know what he's been doing? In the true spirit of it's my birthday and I'm going to do what I want, he's been basically visiting the entire of the South Coast museums.
He's done every aircraft museum below Cosford, hasn't he?
Yeah, basically. So, yes, he's done very well. He was at Duxford yesterday. And he came right the way over this way as well and did Weston-super-Mare, the helicopter museum. And pretty much everywhere in between. So he's done very well with all of those ones. So if only my other half was as understanding. I know what she'd say.
Yeah.
I can get away with one on a holiday, I reckon, not about 12.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, everyone's saying, Matt, that be careful you don't knock over your setting bottles. Look, your micros. You need a stand for that. If only somebody designed one. John.
He's on it already.
I know.
Oh my God, these decals are really, really sticky.
Oh, are they?
As
are they
in,
biting?
Oh shit, are they? I don't think I need set.
That's just like straight on, and then you can't.
Trouble is, I ain't got it in the right bloody place. First one, and obviously it's not. This is not going to end well already. Don't do this.
Yeah, I had that last night with some Aztec decals. You put them on, it's like they're on.
Guys are talking about split screening. You should be able to do it on your mobile phones and stuff as well. If you throw into halves and have it in 2 sections, you can have the chat room up and obviously the video. I've done a video on it as well, actually. If you go in the help tutorials for videos, I actually show about doing it. It's pretty easy on your computer. Just pull a tab open, pull it all the way to the left or the right of the screen, and it'll go twin side by side. I can't show it because people complain when I show it. Last time I showed it, we had a mutiny on our hands in the forum. The peasants were revolting.
People are mulling over their 50s build choices.
Yes, definitely.
Hawker Hunter, not a bad choice.
Yeah, no. Oh, I could have done that, couldn't I? I've got that 30-second Hunter over there, look.
Yeah, Nigel's doing a Korean War Corsair.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good shout. It's the 50s is a nice crossover between like World War II stuff sort of hanging on, and then jets.
Mm-hmm.
Vampires, hunters.
Yeah. Part of the reason for doing it is the golden age of jets, wasn't it, really? It's where they were in development. So you got lots of choices because they were coming thick and fast at that point. Anyway, Jim in YouTube land, where in the southwest of England are you going? That's what I need to know, because obviously I'm down in that part of the world. And don't say Bristol or somewhere like that, because that's not the southwest as we call it.
Cornwall.
Or Dorset, because just about, I suppose.
To Somerset.
Yeah, that's it. You get people, where do you live? Southwest England. You go, oh yeah, where are you? And it's like, well, we're sort of like Poole. It's like, that's not southern. You have to be in the sticky hat bit. Oh, look, John says he's going to be tackling that MiG-15. That'll be very good, John.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
MiG-15's a classic 50s jet, isn't it?
Yes.
It's either that or the Sabre for me, but I went Sabre.
What will the interior colour of Blue Thunder be? Well, this is the question, isn't it? So if we have a look down in here, we can somewhat have a little bit of a see and see what they reckon anyway. Let's find me glasses, get me jigs on. Right, okay. So it says down in here, grey panels with black instruments. So that's what they're saying.
I think it'd just be the same interior as the Gazelle, wouldn't it? Which is grey.
Black.
Grey and black.
Yeah, it's grey and black.
XF54. If in doubt, XF54.
Apparently it's D. What's D? D is light grey. So they're saying it's sort of light grey pretty much everywhere on the interior. So it's like, there you go. Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Gonna sneeze. Shall I not blow the mic? All right. Okay. Let's have a look.
Grey, isn't it?
Probably. Obviously, at the moment, it's in this very, very nice, sparkly, metallic blue. Just like the real thing isn't.
Get rid of that.
Yeah, that might have to go. Right, now, because everything's off the sprue here, have Monogram done that thing of putting the numbers on all the parts like they used to? No, they've gone by this point, clearly. There's a seat.
So,
a little bit of spraying.
Mr. Christopher's a question. He has a question for the forum, so we'll see if we can chip in. What's a good place to find obscure out of production detail sets? I'm looking for a Pavla set for the B47E Stratojet. Ooh. Pavla. Yeah.
Yeah. Tricky. Very, very tricky. Feel feel free to chip in as well. Everybody who's in YouTube chat.
I mean, obviously he's in the States, so I don't know what the second-hand things are because we've got King Kit really, haven't we?
Yeah.
Usual, you know.
Yes.
It's Pavlo, like I say, getting Pavlo stuff. They've gone now, haven't they? They've packed up.
Yes.
So, but again, it's like you when you wanted some heritage aviation, isn't it?
Thing is, you know, there's a thing to this, isn't it? I don't mind when people literally, you know, are asking a little bit more, but some of the times I was trying to get the heritage stuff for the Harrier, people were like talking stupid money. Yeah. I'm like, you know, what? Just because it's not available, you're going to actually basically going to make a massive earner. It's like, yeah, don't get it. I'm not that desperate.
Yeah.
I did the thing with one person. He was like, well, you can have such and that. And I just said, no, way too rich. And then he came back and said, well, I could do it for such. And I was like, no. And the price is going down and down.
Yeah, we should have said that in the first place.
But it was like, don't try that because it doesn't float, you know?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so TV screen, that looks like a TV screen. I have one of them. Okay, video communications panel. What does one of them look like? That looks like it. It's a case of find the little bits in the box. Yep, that'll be that one then. I'm pretty sure that looks like that. That looks like a TV. Okay, collective, cyclic, panels, and everything. Because this is a bit of a speed build, people, I'm not going to be going around detailing this and going to town on it. We're going to be putting it together and then doing my usual job on it for a quicker build, shall we say. Because it would be nice to go in and sort of redo all of this, but...
Oh my God.
People get... Well, your decal's not going well?
No. The ripping. And
oh,
I ain't even got any solution on them. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is going to fight now.
He's off to a good start. I don't like
Decaling.
You'll be fine.
Oh, for God's sake. I can't go to a bleeding move.
Do you want to know something? Actually, let me show you it. Let me go and get it. Where is it? Actually, I lost it. Where have I bloody put the model? There it is. Right. Hold on a minute. I've just got to disconnect for half a sec. Okay, so you know I was working on this, right? This decal here, right, has actually, it came off the model, right? And it just disappeared. Basically, all the blue. And I was like, shit. Yeah, what am I going to do? So I went through the bin and found when I was taking the wash off, I was giving it a rub, obviously took the decal off. But it tore the blue end off. So by some miraculous thing of like, you know, take your time, let's not panic, I put a pool of water down on my desk, put it down on there and got it to soak and come off of the paper towel because it dried onto it, and then managed to reattach it like a jigsaw puzzle. And that's why it's looking slightly ropey around the edges.
Yeah.
On this isn't weathering and chipping on this. This is where it actually tore to bits trying to get it off or put it back on, and because it had folded and torn. But I managed to get all 4 bits, jigsaw it all together. So there's a little thing about perseverance of not giving up. So yeah, but I'd literally gone and I was like, where is it? And I found it in the bin. Hold on. Yeah. So that's not worry. You can jigsaw that back together. You'll be fine.
The thing is, I can't even get it to move into position to jigsaw it back together.
What I would do is just plenty of water.
I'm going to swear in a minute. There's going to be swearing.
Plenty of water. Just go with the water trick. Flood it.
I have done. I am doing.
More water. Don't stop.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, God, no.
There you go. Look, James had a problem with his decal on his tail as well.
You know what? That's done. I can't fight that decal. I ain't got time. Where's my bloody armour kits gone? Anybody want to buy a load of aircraft kits? They're going up for sale. Cheap. God, it's pulling me chuffing paint off me.
Gary says, Phil, I see your videos on Facebook auction. Hey, Facebook auction?
Right, okay. Plan B. I know what I need to do with this.
Oh, those ones. Are we talking about the... yeah, so we were talking about these on Thursday, wasn't it? Somebody's selling a load of my old DVDs.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Do you know what the problem is? I know exactly what the problem is. I've not clear coated it at all. I've not put gloss. I do want to gloss coat it, but I think I'm going to have to because this is just getting like grippy with because it's matte.
Right.
And they're really, really thin and delicate. Luckily, I've got space, so I can just reuse another one. So not all is lost. Look, I've got a couple of sets.
Mm-hmm.
So I can redo that. So that's not a problem. I'm going to gloss it because otherwise I'm going to be fighting these decals. So what I'm going to be using is super duper gauzy, super shiny stuff.
Cool.
But I'll tell you what as well, I've got because I'm using water, I've got a coat of hairspray under all this. So it's getting under the paint, because I'm wetting it.
Yeah.
And chipping it, and I don't want it to. So.
Yeah, you could have probably done with a sealer in there somewhere.
Yeah. Yes. So. Right. So I'm going over to the spray bay. Quickly give it a blast of.
All right. Just going back to Jim then. He's going to be moving maybe Torquay. Very nice, Jim.
Don't do it.
I used to live in Torquay. I must admit, on the other side of the A38 now. We're off to Bobby Tracy, which is just on the edge of Dartmoor, just north of Newton Abbot.
Tell him how nice it is, Phil.
It's lovely in the winter when there's no tourists.
Yeah.
Or, as we call them, grockles.
Grockles. Muggles.
Well, you've got emmets. If you're in Cornwall, it's an emmet.
An emmet?
Emmets, they call them, which is Cornish for ants. So... And then, obviously, Devon, we call them grockles.
What do you call them in your neck of the woods, Dave? Where is it?
Has he disappeared? Is he he's muted. He's spraying, I think. He's spraying.
Yeah, I'm spraying so you don't want to rack it on here, do you?
No, it's all right, mate. You're all good.
Right. Do you know what? It's one of them things, isn't it? You know, when something starts to go wrong, it kind of chases you for the rest of the kit.
Just to answer Philippe, good name. That's my alias.
Felipe.
Flo when I'm online, and then Felipe. If I'm Italian, Felipe. If I'm going French, I'm Philippe. So yeah, take your pick. No, unfortunately, we don't make the Sanders anymore. It just wasn't viable. Our costs and everything to have, as you say, I don't want to go into details of it here because I've spoken about it a zillion times before, but because ours were actually custom made and not just sanding sticks commercially with somebody else's name on it, our costs were just horrendous to try and manufacture them. So, we discontinued them, to be honest, 2 years ago now.
Yes, Dennis, Doncaster Airport was formerly Robin Hood Airport. It's no more. Gone.
Men in tights.
Men in tights, yeah. No, it's gone. Gone. Well, it's not gone. It's still there, but it's not being used.
Until they build a housing estate on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see the Vulcan did a fast taxi run the other day.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, they had an open thing and it did a fast taxi run, so I think it must be the first time it's been out and about under its own power for a while. Nice to see she's still moving around under her own steam.
Mute yourself.
I was going to say, do you mute yourself? We'll watch and I'll...
There's not a lot to watch, but yeah.
There we go. So, yes. Home of the Vulcan. Well, for the minute, I think they're trying to find a new home for it, but how they're going to get it to anywhere else, unless they can get a special license for a ferry flight. And knowing how the FAA are, wouldn't hold your breath. Be ashamed to rip her all apart just to move her somewhere. Right, okay, so looking at it, these screens are going to come up in the back here somehow. Why the hell didn't they just mold these in one? Yes, Simon, I agree. It would be nice if it stayed there.
Vulcans, eh? If you get a Vulcan B1, you could do it for the 50s group build.
Yeah.
Oscar then.
Trouble is, Matt, you're going to have to let that dry now. For that to go off being an acrylic, it might take a while for that to dry before you can decal it. Otherwise, you'll get that white mark. We ought to watch, do a group watch of Blue Thunder again, just to remind ourselves of it.
I've not watched Blue Thunder in...
No, I haven't, to be honest.
Forever.
First time I ever saw it would have been in the 80s, when it first came out on video, because I got conned, because my brother had a bit of a gig delivering the old Thompson locals. Do you remember them? It was like the cheap version of Yellow Pages, wasn't it?
Thompson local.
Yeah, so he used to have like a car full, and me and my mates, he used to pay us in videos and all the rest of it to literally go round and deliver these Thompson locals for him whilst he sat in the car, normally in the dry because it was raining. And then he used to pay us in basically, you know, popcorn and a movie, which at the time, being mugs, we thought that was great. So we went down to our local video. We didn't have a Blockbusters, unfortunately. If everyone was watching the other day, we were talking about Blockbusters. So we just had a whatever it was called in Newton Abbot and picked up Blue Thunder to watch. And very cool it was too.
How's the Blue Thunder going?
Well, to be honest, again, typical Monogram, it's all here. We've got good rudder pedals, we've got good detail on the cyclic, and to be honest, I don't know what the inside of this thing was like. So I'm just, you know, probably nor does anybody else. So it's actually going together all right.
To watch a rerun.
Well, I don't think you see much from the interior anyway, do you?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Even with the amount of clear, you know.
Yeah, the amount of glass on it, I don't think they were showing too much of the actual interior anyway. So what I'm going to do is pop it all together, and then we'll go in and hand paint everything. Yeah. That's the plan.
Sounds like a good plan.
Cunning plan.
Yeah.
So cunning. Mm-hmm. I must admit, I was watching the telly the other day for all the reruns of Blackadder, because obviously it's the 40th anniversary. They were doing the interviews with everyone. You know, that was quite good.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did that special, didn't they?
Yeah, I did watch that. That was very good.
What Marker Spitfire is that then, Nave?
PR19.
So it's the box.
The reconnaissance one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the photo reconnaissance one.
All right, okay.
From Malaya, which that's Malaya, and it's got Swedish markings as another option.
We got to that one, the proper RAF one.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
That's a Griffin powered one, isn't it?
It is. The only shame is they've got this nice port here for a camera, but there's nothing behind the glass.
Right, are you knocking something up, or are you just tinting the glass?
I've just painted the back of the glass black.
Good man. Good thinking. Proper good thinking.
I can't be bothered scratch building a camera.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah.
Look what's come out to...
Oh, that's good.
Oh, my God.
That's perfect. Has it got the wicker basket on the back?
Why does it need a wicker basket?
Because obviously you'll need to have tea at some point. He's an RAF pilot.
But tea and biscuits?
He'll need tea and biscuits on the back of it, won't he?
I think somebody could make us one.
Well.
No, it's got a spare wheel on the back.
Oh, look, I found Blue Thunder. This is it. This is the one. Where is it? Universal Studios. There she is. Look, here you go, everyone.
Now you can see the interior, look.
That's it. This is the one that's at Universal Studios as part of the tour. We were talking about this the other day.
What's left of it?
Oh, yeah, what's left of it.
Is that the one you're building like that?
Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm doing it as a derelict.
Do a little base for it. And the bod's behind in the little bus, look.
Oh, look, that's the original. Yeah, I take it this was the ground mock-up for doing all the ground shots.
Well, there you go. You could just chop the back off and be done.
Yeah, yes, is it.
Stick on a bit of gravel. Happy days.
I'll save you a bit of work.
There we go. Very nice.
You've got good reference shots with that.
Yeah.
Vote now for Phil to build a diorama of that.
Yeah, you're right.
Build the full aircraft or just half of it? There's no decal for the instrument panel.
You don't see it anyway.
No, I'm
Did
just
you detail it all?
I'm not even putting seatbelts in. I'm just Spitfire in a day sort of plan.
You know what?
While the wife's away, I will build a Spitfire.
Yeah.
What brings you to air support?
Kind of like the idea
look,
of it.
found the trailer.
No guns, no kicking
There we go.
indoors. You know, just quiet.
Oh, yeah.
I can't tell the interior colour from that.
Has its ups.
We'll probably get a copyright strike, but what the hell? Oh no, that's a Jet Ranger.
Yeah, that's not Blue Thunder. That's a Jet
Yeah,
Ranger.
hold on, give it a minute. This is the trailer for the actual film. Can't sort of pass on. Where is it? Where is it? There she goes. There you go. That's it.
That's it. That was definitely XF54.
That was it.
Yeah.
If in doubt, XF54, everything.
So,
Absolutely.
There we go. Look, whisper mode. There you go.
sure the LA.
So look, they did one of them in France.
Hey, yeah. So I'm sure the LAPD needs a helicopter gunship.
Well, yes, is it? It was for the was it the 1980s Olympics, wasn't it? That was the backstory.
Is that what it was for? Was it?
Well, yeah, because of the LA riots.
Why did they just use an Apache?
Well, they didn't have them in those days. I think the Apache was still a prototype back then. Basically, it was a bit of a rip-off of what a Cobra was anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they could have used the Cobra, couldn't they?
Well, yeah, I think it would have been a bit cheaper. So, yes, there we go. Classic.
There's a man in a white turtleneck.
But this is it.
He must be the villain.
Yeah, he's that British actor. I can't remember his name now.
He is. He was Caligula.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
See, it's definitely not the blue colour they're saying on here. I don't know quite how that is as close as they could get. But it's more like a sort of X3, royal blue.
You wouldn't be flying them Belljet Rangers, would you? They seem to be falling out of the sky in droves.
Oh, look, the F-16s, the famous radio-controlled ones. See, look, state-of-the-art, blowing up a chicken shop.
What is actually the plot of this, by the way, this film?
Blow stuff up.
Basically, yeah. But no, I think really at the end of the day, I think the plot was very realistic.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bit where he loops the helicopter.
He used 500, was it?
Yeah. There you go. It's probably the coolest scene of it when he did the chase through the bridges, which has now been reenacted by every other film who tries to do it. So, yes. There you go. That's our copyright strike for the day.
There you go. Absolutely. Everybody's off to watch. Everybody's going to go off and watch Blue Thunder.
Yeah. So, anyway. I think
Question for Phil. Have you considered doing short videos? How to use a small motor and battery to spin props? Basic one telling what to get away from, and you don't need to be a circuit wizard.
What, do you mean something like... Hold on, if I can find it. Hold on, I've got too many tabs open now. I've got about 1 million tabs open here. Where are we? No, it's not that one. Sorry. Hold on, coming. Hold on, I'm queuing it up.
Us Brits make the best villains. That's why they always get cast.
Yeah, that's it.
Because they're proper actors.
It's a bit like Alan Rickman, wasn't it? Best villain ever.
Oh, yeah, there's loads, isn't there? I think every film is
It's a bit like Sean Bean. Always gets killed in the first 10 minutes of any film.
Oh, yeah, he gets paid, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, this is it. So, yes, if you mean something like this, if She fires up. Here we go.
Okay then, P40 finally done. So your last chance to see. Here we go.
Wait for it to power up, rev up. That's it, just warming up at the moment. Got to warm up the oil.
Guess you don't sound like my VW. And I can't remember what my VW sounds like. It's been that long.
That's it, run up.
Lost.
And she still works, still does it. I fired it up yesterday actually. Okay, it's minus the tail wheel at the moment.
That does look cool.
So there we go, guys. Part 11 will be up.
That was the final part of that particular build. So yeah, that's in the obviously the Hasegawa. It's the end of Reebok's 30-second P40 video build. So we have done some various things with engines over the year. That's probably the most flamboyant one, to be honest. So that one's got the magic scale modelling, interior, motor and sound set, speakers underneath it, and all the rest of it. So it would be like Matt's Volkswagen when he gets it back together. We'll have to do a video of that one as it fires up to life for the first time since 1972. Right. Yeah, trouble with that P40 now is that obviously it's on that face. It can't move or go anywhere or be moved or anything around as the diorama because it's all wired into the base, because obviously all the cables come back through the tyres and out through the bottom. So it's a little bit of a thing about putting a Bowser in with it and all the rest of it. Because I did think about a new diorama base for it. Now I'm clearly an expert. So, right, how does this go? This is one of these. And then apparently it has a seat that goes on it. Allegedly. That one doesn't fit. Let's try this one. Sort of. And then, I think what we'll do is we'll put the seat in and then we can do the cushion after it. So if that's that one, we need another seat. So there it is. Luckily we've got all the parts here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop these seats in, and then we'll do about these. It's just got these, to be honest, we've just got these little stubs here on the bottom, which I assume go in these massive great slots. So it's going to be a bit wiggly. Never mind. Very nice. Alice has just had 5 Spitfires flying over his house.
Well, that's cool.
Coming out, obviously, of Duxford.
Esher one.
Yeah, something on this weekend, is there?
If the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight managed to work out what's wrong with their engines.
Oh, they got some troubles, have they?
They grounded all the Merlin engines, I think, for testing.
Oh.
We're usually quite quick at. I think it was just like a safety thing. Like there's a fault on one, so you ground the lot.
Well, yeah, makes sense. I must admit, I wasn't aware of that.
Let's have a look.
Hopefully, they'll be up and running soon.
Let's have a look. BBMF.
Right, okay, so that's our cockpit in like this. I'm probably going to put the back wall in, I think. We'll put the seats in different colour cushions and go through. And then we can get a base coat of paint onto this and tidy this up. So we'll just do a bit of tidy up under here. Oh, look, we've got a thing on here. 1984.
That was a good year.
Yeah.
We have conducted a thorough investigation into the fault experienced on our Merlin engines. Our excellent team of engineers have basically fixed it.
Gaffed it together. Is that the one the other day? I must admit, I did see the little short video online with the Spitfire coming into land and he did a precautionary engine shutdown. So he shut it down on the runway at Coningsby and then obviously he was happy with it. So he started it back up and taxied it just off the runway. But literally, he was coming into land. He got it on the ground and shut it down immediately in the middle of the runway. As I said, was happy to carry on, restart it up and move it off to a taxiway. But he did, precautionary. So I don't know if they have found a fault like that.
Possibly. I don't know. I can't imagine the pressure of flying like a unique aeroplane. If you break it, it's the only one. Can you imagine the pressure?
Well, it always used to be the thing, wasn't it? When you see the Lancaster land and it bounces, everyone holds their breath. And it's the same for the Vulcan, wasn't it? When it comes in and it's a bit crosswindy and a bit sort of dodgy, that you're there holding your breath and it's like, oh my God, she's down, thank God. That's what I used to see it at air shows. On the last year, it was that thing. She came into Yeovilton and that was obviously, I think it's quite a short runway for it. And it was like, Jesus God, I hope it stops because it did go long. Has Matt got trouble with his airbrush? Matt, you're muted. Okay. No, apparently he hasn't. He's just lightly doing something. Hold on. He's going to tell us all about what's gone wrong. You're still muted. Unmute yourself.
No. What?
So go on. What you broke?
Nothing.
He says with his airbrush. You got no air?
I've got no air coming out. Oh, very little. It's been doing it a bit. It needs a clean, I think. I ain't cleaned this one for ages.
Don't forget.
It's the old Neo Geo, isn't it?
Yeah, don't forget. Get a cotton matchstick. Hold on, I'll show you. It's easier to show you than it is to tell you because I can never remember what the actual parts are properly called.
Push.
Yeah, a finger bender.
Yeah, what you need is a finger bender.
It's plugged up to buggery in here, mate. Don't worry about it. I've got my little cleaning brush. I'm on it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was going to say, where it'll be, because they're all the same, you've got your needle nozzle cap guard, this bit. See this one?
Yeah, the old blocked.
Yeah, what you need to do is stick a cotton, sorry, wrong button, that's the wrong show. You want me. There we go. Stick a little stick, get a cocktail stick, and poke it in the hole. Because you always get build up.
There's the air bit. Where am I? There, look.
Hold on, wrong camera. You haven't got your camera on.
I haven't. Oh no, I'm wrong camera on.
Just like that.
There you go. There, look. That little hole there.
Oh, you're on that one. That one doesn't block. Normally it's the nozzle cap one that blocks with me. I've never known that to block.
I'm cleaning it all out because it's just a bit messy.
For everything.
Yeah.
There's an absolute load of crap in it.
I was going to say, I've never known that one to go. Right, okay, so we've got that. So what we need to do here, we'll just do a little bit more cleanup on this little guy. Question: did you ever see a B-52 land? Yes, lots. We have loads over here up at Thingy. Yeah, Reat and stuff like that. What's that one called? Yeah, can't remember the base. Fairford, that's it. They had a couple of B1s in there the other day, didn't they? Going around, and B2s and U2s and all the rest of it. Yeah, no, it's quite good. I like them when they take off with the nose pointing downwards when they've got no weight on board. They literally take off like a helicopter. So much lift off the wings. And smoke.
I think it's the B-52 at Riyadh this year. Might be wrong.
I remember one year it was really good because you had the B-52 fly in, you had the B-1 fly in, you had the Vulcan fly in, so you sort of really had all the heavy bombers.
They're good because you get a chance of getting a picture of them with my camera. Slow enough to get.
Yeah, the old small dental brushes, I must admit I've got a few of those. They're good for getting in there. Comes to something when he's out with his reamers and stuff. That's the trouble you get when you use acrylics.
Yeah, just use.
That's more the trouble you get. I think I've been mixing the bloody things. I can't remember what this has had in it. I don't know if it's like lacquers and acrylics or what. But
Of everything.
Yeah, well, the B-52's got its special gear in it, so it can make all the wheels face a different direction to what it's flying, so when it lands in a crosswind. Clever little thing, really. Mind you, it must be like trying to land a bleeding hot air balloon. Sort of goes where it wants in the wind. But I remember Riyadh, two of the highlights for me. One was when the B1 took off and blew everybody over, stood at the rear fence. That bloke broke his leg. Because they all stood behind it. You know, it's like, yeah, when you've got 4 Pratt & Whitney 229 engines on that in full reheat, that's not going to be a good day to stand behind it. And the other one was when we were there for Departures Day, for when the Ukrainian IL-76 took off, and he rotated the gear before he was off the ground, and he blew loads of tyres. You could bits of rubber flying everywhere, so it was a case of like, oh.
Whoops, he did.
Yeah, whoops, because they all do these very fancy takeoffs, but he wasn't off the ground before the gear was coming up, so he didn't have full weight off of them. So when the gear rotated, it blew a load of tyres. But anyway, he successfully landed at the other end. He still had obviously 1 or 2 left over. Right, shall we see how this is going to go together then? This little gem of a kit, see how much warpage we've got. There we go, look, well, look at that. That's actually really very, very nice. And this kit is, 31 years old almost? 30, what, no.
When was it first manufactured?
Oh yeah, 84, so there you go. This thing's then sort of 29 years old. So that's not bad. That tail, the engine area is really nice, and on the underside as well, that's not bad at all. Admittedly, I haven't got anything in it yet, but there's not a lot of warpage in that. As you can see, that's me not holding it. So I know somebody on the chat was saying they're doing it as well. It's got a bit of warpage. So we're okay. We are 0 warpage.
You've got a good one then.
We have a winner.
Yes, thanks, Jim. Right, let's see what it's like with the cockpit, shall we? Always good to test bit to see. To be honest, that's actually not too bad in there. That looks all right.
I'm really surprised.
Well, I know you shouldn't be, but that actually fits in there. And to be honest, it's snug. There's no wobble in there. It's not like it's just sitting in there rattling around. That's in there. It's not going to go anywhere, but it does all fit. So I think we'll be using a little bit of XF54, which was very nicely brought to me by Mr. Matt, because we didn't have any in the store at that point. So Matt brought his own bottle down for me because he's good like that. Have you contaminated it with something like I do?
Do you know what, mate? I've got 2 blue. I'd smell it. Do the sniff test.
Give it a sniff.
Scratch
and sniff.
Yeah, give it a sniff.
No, it smells that lovely, nice new Tamiya smell.
There you go then.
It'll be all right. Okay, so the back is going to be black, I take it. Oh no, olive drab. Oh Jesus! Right. Okay, so the soundproofing is in olive drab. The rest of it is in grey. Okay, that's going to be grey. Windows, yes, you've guessed it, go in from the inside. Great.
Oh, we love a bit of that.
Masking.
I wonder if I can put it in afterwards. I should be able to put that in afterwards, unless this covers the front. I'm hoping I might be able to slide it down in here afterwards, because I've got still full access. Oh yeah, I should be able to get that in afterwards.
Oh look. We have it.
You have lift off. There we go.
Bit of blockage.
Like a thinner screw it.
Yeah.
Let it eat its way out, you'll be fine.
I don't use this airbrush for ages. I dug it out the drawer just to give it a run. It's the old Neo. Can you remember them?
Yes.
I just can't seem to get any high pressure out because they run on low pressure. These are designed to, weren't they?
Yeah, they're designed to run off little air, those little bladder compressors, mobile ones.
It's kind of weak, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can't crank the pressure up on them. And then go back to the airbrush. It's clean. That's all that matters. Right, let's spin the camera back round.
The B1B uses the GE F101s. Was it? I thought it was the F100 220s in those, or the 229s now.
Who knows?
Don't know.
No idea.
Very lucky to get a tour once up into the cockpit of one many, many years ago. That was quite nice.
Oh, Graham's on at 5:55 in the morning.
Very nice.
God, that's an early start. We're back on this afternoon, Graham. What time are we on? 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Might be a slightly more civilized time.
Yes. Duma says, right, I'm using monofilament fishing line right now, but next time I do this, I want something stretchy. Prim knitting in elastic is what you want.
Yeah, that's the class, that stuff.
But yeah, this one's called Prim, the one that I use. And again, it's like £2 for like 8 miles of it, and that's not by the time you stretch it. I've had one roll my entire life, and that's just not what I do, and it just works a treat.
Yeah, me too, look. Just this stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
What I like about it is that, one, I've had it on my models now, one of them for over 10 years, and it hasn't broken, it hasn't sagged, it hasn't done anything. Yeah, that was my worry, that over time, elastic, it will sag, and it clearly hasn't. And then the other thing as well with it is that you don't have to stretch it that far. It's not like one of these ones you have to really stretch it. You just take up the slack and go for it like that one.
If you stretch it too far, I think there's too much tension. Isn't there?
Well, I stand corrected, Chris. Perhaps they used to use them back in the day. Or perhaps the guy I was talking to didn't know what he was talking about. But seeing as he was the crew chief, he probably should have done. The same day I got to see the B2 as well, and it's one of those you're not allowed to touch it.
Is that the one was surrounded by about 15 armed guards?
No. I was very lucky to see it inside a hangar, and it was one of those things. They were like, "Don't touch it," and I'm not going to go into details of the reasons why, but when that was explained to me, it was one of those. Like, oh, that's probably a good point. I won't. It's a bit like licking the nose of a AIM 9 Sidewinder. You never do that.
Generally, good life advice: don't lick things.
No, definitely not.
You're not supposed to.
Well, it was the thing was if you touch it, you can't put it in your mouth or anything. You have to wash your hands straight away. Nathan, do you know if the HE 111 plane in the new Indiana Jones film was real aircraft? It has a twin tail. Can't find anything on the internet. I haven't seen that yet.
It's a made-up thing.
Oh, is it? It's a bit of whiffy, is it?
It's got like a. It's weird. It's the tail's just. What's the tail look? A bit like a Lancaster tail.
Oh right, yeah.
There may well have been some weird prototype drawing of it, but no, it's for the movies. It's like that weird tornado in the Wonder Woman film.
Oh right, okay.
Have you not seen the second Wonder Woman film? It's like a tornado with an F-111 cockpit.
Oh right, no, I haven't seen that.
It's really strange.
So that'll go in there. Then we've got the rotor. So if we do the rotor, we can sort of work this out a bit. And then we'll go over to the spray bay, I think. So that's the rotary bits. Rotary bits, rotary bit. Don't know what those bits are. Rotary bit. Don't know what they are. Rotary bits. I think it's just those two. So it's that head. I'll get two of those somewhere. There it is.
I'm putting super glue on because I'm building this thing like combat modelling. A little bit of talcum powder.
Sure.
Because I don't want any ghost seams. But talcum powder or baking powder.
Yeah.
Or I'm guessing Colombian snow would work, but that's a bit expensive.
Well, yeah, it's more expensive. To be honest, talcum powder, I think, baking soda works well because it's instant then. But as you say, just normal talcum powder works just as well. You can use flour in theory because all it is thickening it up to make it more of a paste than a liquid.
Yeah.
Just a bit of thickening agent in there. But as you say, I'll probably do the same on this because it's just going to be quick and easy. And you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's the Gal. Is it Gal Gadot? Is that how you pronounce her name? Or Gal Gadot? I don't know how to pronounce the surname, but it's the Wonder Woman 1984 one.
Oh, right.
It's got a really weird tornado in it.
Oh. Must admit, I haven't seen that film.
I think they put a side-by-side cockpit in just... Well, why not?
Well, yeah, this is it.
Probably for artistic reasons.
Is it spraying nicely now?
Yes. Yes. It's all glossed up, so I just need to dry so I can then carry on try and decal it. Better give it a bit, Anna.
Yes.
So I'm just going to eat through it. Yes, no, it's all right.
Be okay.
Yeah. You've got two chances on it. So else. How are you getting on?
No, we're doing all right. We're having to use a bit of the old thicker glue here for the rotors because, yeah.
What's up with them?
It's an agricultural fit, shall we say? But
okay.
I think by using a bit of a thicker super glue, one, I'll get a better join. And also, because I've over flooded it a bit, it should do a bit of gap filling with any like.
It's Gal Gadot. That's how you pronounce their name.
Gal Gadot. Why? What's she done?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
She is. What's she done? Why is she being mentioned?
Because we're talking about how aeroplanes in movies are not quite right. Because the Indiana Jones has got a weird Heinkel 111.
I've seen that in the trailer. What?
And in the Wonder Woman 1984 film, there's a tornado.
Yeah.
But the cockpit is side by side like an F-111.
Ooh. What's it supposed to be?
It is a tornado, but with a weird cockpit. Because I think they did it side by side just because it looks better on film, having the two actors sat next to each other.
I suppose, what, from behind each other.
Yeah. But it is literally a tornado with a funky cockpit.
Right. But while that's drying, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Steve says, Matt, how are those King Art brushes working for you?
Do you know what? I've not tried them yet. I'm sure they're fantastic, but I've not tried them yet because I ain't done much oil work at the minute. I will use them on this thing when it's deckled up and I'm ready for it. I will try them on that. So, yeah. So I've just been sort of building and painting, but I ain't been weathering much at the minute. Right, let's pick a dude. We're going to do one of your figures, I think, for the little base we're doing. I'll do the ladder, actually. Where's the ladder in the table? Do you like my fancy prop work, look?
Hold on, let me come to you. Very nice.
Best bit of the kit. They look quite good, though. Yeah, look.
Cool.
The blue makes it. The blue looks
It does.
really
The
good.
blue really makes it. It gives it a real difference, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right, that is. So.
Okay. Jeremy says, only need you guys to go another 6 hours to get me to the next YouTube live I watch on Saturdays. Well, we're going to be here for another hour and then we'll be back at 3. So it's fine. We'll cover some of that. Alistair says, hello chaps. Question, Phil, have you ever built a tornado? Yes, lots. I've got a full video build of one up. You can see that one. I did it when it first got released. So I converted, which was the German, whatever one it was, the original one, GR1 type thing, into a GR4.
If anybody's going to ask, I'm cheating, look. I've got the Gen 3 REF figure set. So
I love those Gen 3 things.
It gives me the basics that I need.
Yes.
Plus, as well, it's not going to be speed painting, but I want to get through them so Phil can actually get that thing finished.
Yes. There we go. There he goes. That's the one I did. I did the IDS, and then we
It's a
converted
GR1.
it into a GR1. Yeah. So yes.
That still does the rounds on model shows, you know.
It does. Can be seen at model shows. Going around. Nathan carts it round for me.
It'll be at Telford this year.
Yeah.
Right. Paintbrush.
So Nathan's done various videos on it as well.
Yeah, it's one of those kits that people say is unbuildable.
Yeah,
but there's 2 people here who've done it without any issue.
No, I never complained about it. It's all right. As I say, I still maintain, because you did your bit where the front joins the back, if you like, different to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, your way is definitely the better way, because I ended up having to put some filler in it and super glue it and whatnot to get over that problem. But you did it, no problem at all, with your little adjustments.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, very, very nice.
I think it's a lovely kit, that Ravel.
Yeah. But yeah, you do. You get people that are like, oh, it's unbuildable. No, it's not.
Kill it off and say the Italeri kit's easier to build. Yeah, but it's crap.
Yeah, it's nothing like this. The only thing I made the mistake is on the old drop flaps at the back. It's got the worm drive screws, isn't it? And unfortunately, I cut mine off because I thought they weren't part of it. When I removed it from the sprue, I cut it off in the wrong place. So you end up having to put them back in, which are these things, for the flaps. And that's the only big mistake I made. It's just when I was cutting off the sprue, didn't see it, that they are part of it. So yeah, I had to put them back in. But no, I like that way. The way that you've actually designed doing the drop flaps, you know, and the slats at the front.
So, yeah, I think it's a stunning kit. It's the first kit to do it in any scale, really.
But yes, very, very nice. I thought it was a really nice kit. And I know it's one of those things. I know a lot of people have said that, oh, it's different now. The previous versions don't go together. But I can't understand why that would ever happen. I think it's just user error, builder error. Take your time with it.
I feel the need to build a tornado again. So
I reckon it probably will need a little bit of nose weight, just because there's a lot of tail on this. Chris was saying, does it need some? It's going to get some. I don't know if it mentions it in the instructions. I don't know how far the skids go back on it, but I would have thought it's probably going to need something. What I am thinking is, it's got the gun pod on the front. I'm thinking about sticking a bit of lead in that, because that way it won't need a lot and it's going to be really far forward.
Can you stick a penny under the cockpit?
Yeah, you probably could actually. You could probably get something under here. There's quite a lot of room under here if you wanted to go in that way.
1p coins are pretty good nose weight and pretty cheap as well.
A whole penny.
So 2 questions on our chat. Question for Matt: do you sell those sets on PM models? I'm presuming he's talking about the paint sets.
We don't the individuals, but if you actually want some of the paint sets, let us know, because we can get them.
The second question from Adam G was, apart from Tamiya, who does 148 Mosquitoes, and Dennis has said Monogram did one. Is that it? Is it just those 2?
Airfix did one, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got the old Airfix one. I built a few of those back in the day.
Build the Tamiya one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I built a few of the Airfix ones back in the day because they were readily available. But as you say, I would definitely build the Tamiya one over the Airfix one.
Mind you, panel lines don't matter on a Mosquito. It's got none.
No.
So you could get an old kit that's raised, couldn't you? Not worry about it.
Again, it's a surprising kit that they've not retooled. Airfix to say, how iconic. I know they've done it in 72nd, haven't they? But...
and 24.
And 24.
And all the
you
other
thought
scales.
they'd have done a 48th one, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, back in the day, they did the old one. It had all the different bomber noses and night fighter noses and all, didn't it?
I know, obviously, Tamiya did one, but that Tamiya one's knocking on, even though it's sort of a good kit.
That's their classics. Like I say, you've got their Mosquitoes, because obviously you've got 3 flavours of that, I think they did, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They do the bomber, the fighter, and the reconnaissance one. And then obviously you got the Beaufort, bow fighter.
I like the night fighter ones.
Nice kits those were.
That one that was at, what was it, East Kirby? They've got a night fighter Mosquito, haven't they? I like that one.
Yeah, I must admit, it was very nice to get up to it. And it is amazing how little detail there is on the surface of it. Because it was in the hangar when I was there, and they were doing little bits and pieces on it. And it's like, you look at it and there's just nothing on it. You'd expect, obviously, because of its age, it'd be, covered in stuff. But because it's obviously puttied and wooded and all the rest of it, it really is very, very nice.
That makes it a bit of a challenge to model it. You have to do something with your paintwork, don't you?
Yeah, you need to sort of modulate it a little bit around.
Otherwise, it's just a block of grey or black or whatever colour you do it.
I think that's the draw with the Mosquito. It's a lovely aircraft, but it's hard to make it look interesting.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I agree.
I think you have to really put some effort in. Maybe finding a different scheme or something, don't you?
Yeah, if you get some good reference shots, like real pictures, you know what I mean? I think you could do a good job. They must have weathered like everything else, and they were used, weren't they? So it's just getting that right sort of inspiration.
Maybe it's a good picture, good diorama candidate, because then you can build interest around it.
Yeah.
This Spitfire's falling together. The old trick of speed modelling is don't worry about the seams underneath, because no one's going to see it. They still fit.
Okay, let's just build a little bit of dihedral in here, I think.
And a question from John for PM models: can you get trumpeter kits in?
Yep.
Specials.
What do you want? We did used to stock trumpeter. We kind of dropped them because it was such a slow seller, to be honest. But yeah, we can get them. Yeah. Yeah. If there's anything you want, give us a shout. We'll get it in. We can get them in pretty quick as well. It's not like massive wait list. Wait time, should I say? So.
Oh, that's a good shout. So Christopher said Tamiya do a Mosquito with a Tilly truck. There you go.
That's all the new ones now, isn't it? Everything seems to come with an item.
Vehicle.
Well, there is, and now obviously ICM, like what I'm painting, is doing like these pilots and ground figures. You can make a nice little base for them. I'm really impressed with these. Actually, these little figures are really good.
ICM ones.
Especially for styrene, they're good little figures.
I'm not using black super glue. I'm not that extravagant. I'm using the cheap stuff from Asda. I always buy super glue in these little dinky little things, because then when you don't, it's cheaper. But I put black paint on just to check the seam. You can see a bit of the black paint. That's why you can get away with that. Tight fit, blimey.
Well, I must admit, I found the first slight problem because it looks like the holes don't quite line up. Sort of down to the swash plate. So we've just moved them slightly to one side and now they fit.
The old adage, test fit, isn't it?
Yeah, John, just PM as a thing what you want from trumpeter. We can get trumpeter kits. As it's obviously in production, but most of their stuff still is. And never very rare to drop anything, is it, trumping now? And the back as well, because it did go very quiet, but they are back with a vengeance. So hopefully we'll see the thingies again soon.
Yeah. They have got a massive catalogue trumpeter, haven't they?
Yeah, massive. Massive.
They seem to be releasing a kit like every Wednesday or something once upon a time.
They used to, didn't they? Then with Nobby Boss.
Yeah. There were bargain kits back in the day as well.
I think that's the trouble. They were cheap, but they've gone quite pricey now. In the armour section, I think you could get every version of a T62, a T72, and
right, questions. Has anyone ever built the monogram B58 Hustler? Beautiful plane. I have. Yes.
Have you?
I've made a complete. Well, I didn't make a balls of it. It's just that I did it in some type of normal silver because metallizers weren't available then. It was a long time ago I did it. It's the old monogram kit, isn't it? If I remember rightly.
Yeah. Because did Italy do a 72nd one?
Yeah.
Or was it Testers? Was that Testers or Italy? I
don't know, one of them. But yeah, because Italy still do it, don't they? It's part of their range, I think.
It comes out, yeah.
It comes and goes. But yeah, but I must admit, I'm pretty sure it's the monogram one or Revell reboxing of it that I did. And it is actually a really nice kit. Nowadays, obviously, I'd use it metallizers. I'd be over it with a good coat of extreme metals on that to really make it ping. But that's the thing. It looked silvery, but it was definitely silver rather than metal. So that is actually, but it's a very cool jet. Again, another one of its thing. It got superseded so quick it wasn't around very long.
No.
I think I've got one in 144 scale. I love the way it has got that like sort of bomb pack underneath it.
Yeah.
Just such a cool looking plane.
Just to have a look for John. It's available from...
The other question is, has anyone built the old Airfix 132nd scale armour kits?
God, I got this was a very long time ago when I was a wee nipper. The 32nd Grant tank. Because they didn't do many. I was actually looking what they did because they've re-released a few, haven't they? But yeah, I've definitely got a 30-second Lee. I think it was the Lee tank, not a Grant. But I can't remember it, so don't ask if it was any good or not. Got no idea. I think it's still in the loft at my mother's, if I remember.
Right, there's the demarcation. Oh, happy days. Demarcation line on where I've not got a brilliant fit, so I can hide that.
All right. Nathan, do you have a step-by-step video on how to build a tornado on Phil's site? Sorry if you've said already, but only just caught up last. Hold on, I've got a thing over the top of it. Where's that? Last snippet about the kit.
I need to do another one because I got a decent camera now. The one I did was on an old iPhone 7. But like I said, I'm itching to build a tornado. Need to do another one, didn't I? Shoot it again.
God, foiling it. God, that's a messy old process.
Foil.
Haven't you heard of metallizers?
What's wrong with foiling?
Foiling. Yeah, I remember doing that back in the sort of 90s, foiling stuff and polishing it. Yeah. Luckily, things are a bit easier now. Right, so just to bring you up to speed on what I'm doing, I'm converting this to having a fixed rotor head to one that can come on and off. So this little part down in here, technically it should have, there's a little lock nut, if you like, that goes onto the top of the actual spindle coming off the rotors that is glued in here. So it holds it. So it says about putting the spindle on, then it comes to each side of it to lock it in. But obviously for display purposes, and this may be living somewhere else and the rotors can come off, it'll just be a lot easier. So I've glued this together. We'll let this dry, obviously, before we insert this on, so we don't glue it to it. So that way we can just take the rotors off completely and we can leave the actual lower reduction gearbox and all the rest of it down below for it to go through. So we can do that, and then we can actually add the various bars around here and get that in. But obviously we won't glue it because it's talking about obviously not gluing it so it can free spin, but we haven't put the nut on the end. So that's the plan for this one. So this one we just need to bring up all 3 bottom feet on this, and then I assume it will go to this part will sit on the top, and then it will go to the rear. So I can only see 2 of the things coming up from the bottom. So we'll try that anyway.
You've got me thinking to blooming cornflakes now, you have, you know.
That's what, see, you can't go wrong with just plain cornflakes. None of this messing around with, you know.
It's going old school.
Old school cornflakes.
It was Phil when I was down here. Oh, cornflakes. I had them for ages and had to get some.
You see, and that's me just being tight.
I've got Morrison's own, though, not like Kellogg's.
Oh no, you have to have proper Kellogg's.
No, I think they're all right. The old own brand.
Yeah. Tell you what, the only own brand I won't accept is crisps. That is a false economy.
Although that's just gone so much in price. A bag of Doritos the other day, or like Walker Sensations, like £2.25. I remember when they used to be £1.
Yeah.
The world has gone mad.
It tells with food prices, you're not wrong. We had a fish and chippy tea last night, and I dread to think how much that cost. And that was a good part of 20 quid.
It used to be a cheap dinner, that, didn't it, once upon a time?
Yeah. So we'll just let these semi-set on here. These are these little bars, and they're going to want to move, but I want them to semi-get a grip and set. And then we'll get this little bit on top and then poke it through, and then it will hold itself with any luck. Then we can just, as that's drying off then, the actual main rotors, because obviously it's all glued and horrible, we'll go and get the other side painted. So that's the plan for this one. Hopefully by the end of today's shows, we should have this pretty much together. Yeah.
Right, we've got another PM models question. You ready?
Yeah.
Hobby 2000 Washingtons. Any idea when they're coming out?
Yeah.
Soon, I think they. No, not Hobby 2000 as they do. Probably July. And as we're in July, I would say probably by the end of the month. They don't faff around.
No, I
So,
can testify to that.
It'll be very soon. So
Adam's asking a question that Andy will know. What's the wheel well colour on a Mosquito FB5? Green, grey, silver, or underside colour? God. Pass, don't know. And a free-to-lay, are they American crisps or chips, as you guys call them?
Lay's, they're like
Lay's,
walkers, aren't they?
yeah, it's the European name for walkers, isn't it?
We don't have them here, do we?
Well, we do. They're just called walkers over here.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Same thing, is it?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's like when you go like to Spain or whatever, you get Lay's, don't you, instead of walkers. Oh. Because it's a proper lazy way of painting figures, this is, you know. You know, with a sort of undercoat, black and white undercoat, pre-shading, if you want to call it, underpainting, whatever. And then you're just using glazers, which is like, as you can see on my palette here, it's just really, really thinned out paint.
Yeah.
Decent brush. But you get your natural sort of, can you see that?
Very nice. Yes.
It just gives you your shadows and highlights. It maps it out for you. Because I've tried this technique ages ago and I just couldn't get my head around it. My paint was too thick. I was just covering everything up.
Yeah.
But obviously now, you know, you just use really, really thin paint and build it up.
Yeah.
And it just gives you all your contrast. It's brilliant. Look, I quite like that. I haven't even done anything really. Proper cheaty way of doing it, but if it works.
Yeah.
It works, don't knock it, eh?
And that's the thing, whatever works.
Yeah. So anybody who wants to paint figures, just do the zenithal sort of black and white, you know, and then really, really, really thin acrylic paint. Glaze consistency, as they call it. And you'll end up with at least, you know, the start of your figure. But yeah, it works on most greens are brilliant for it. Blue, actually, I've never painted blue, and I think that's all right. Some colours, it don't really work as well, but the primaries it would, I think, and some of the secondary colours. But yeah, I quite like that. To fill the detailing and stuff, it'll do. He's got to think as well, he's going to be a part of a bigger scene, so he's not a standalone figure either. So, yeah, very good. Very good. And everybody wants to know what I'm using, look. RLM 83 is base colour.
Blue colour.
Yeah, and I bet you, if you buy the Luftwaffe set, that will be the base colour for that as well. They had blue, didn't they?
We did.
It could actually, they might use Prussian blue. I don't know. I did have that set, but I chucked the box away, so I don't know what comes in it. But yeah, so RLM 83, which we sell on the obviously is just the normal colour. That's just the base, and then tint it accordingly. I don't know what you're getting the set, to be honest. Oh, here we go. Dark sea blue, so we sell that. The only one we don't sell is Sariella, because that's on the other for his May West. An aggressive blue look for the highlights. So all them three colours there we actually sell individually in the aircraft range. So you just have to equivalent to that, like this Sahara yellow colour. But I don't know. Just a bit of a, I don't know, mustardy coloured yellow, that, isn't it? I'd say.
Nice.
Like mustard.
So that's not hard to mix. But yeah, there you go. Right, here are the shadows. And I'm shaking paint, by the way. If you can hear that, because that sounds...
Does sound a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
Jim says his figure painting has improved dramatically since adding the glaze method.
There you go.
It's about finding the right technique, isn't it?
It is. It is. There's the layering one, which is a bit more involved. It's like I say, it's not cheating, is it? It's not a cheating way of doing it. It's a bit more, as they say, desaturated in the shadows, but in the highlights. But it works for me. I'm happy with it. So
there you go, Matt. You like your Kellogg's cornflakes? Look.
Oh yeah. That's a bit good, isn't it? They need to do a Tony the Tiger one.
What, the Frosties one?
Frosties, yeah, Frosties.
Definitely. Yes, that's Chrissy found that one. Cornflakes.
Well done, Chris.
Terry says, Matt, he's tempted to try the Games Workshop, I assume he means, contrast paints, Vallejo Express, and the Army Painter Speed Paints.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, give them a go.
Mm-hmm.
I think they work to an extent. I think I've never tried them, so do normal paint. But yeah, again, if he's painting armies.
Yeah. Phil, when you made the antenna for the Hurricane, you used some kind of metal for the wire on the tailpipe. What size? Oh my God. To be honest, it's out of my spares thing. Very, very thin. I've got a selection from Albion Alloys of all their metals and tubes and stuff for scratch building. And it's, to be honest, one of those. I can probably give you a rough idea, but I wouldn't go too much into it. It would have been roughly... glasses. It would have been, because I can't guarantee it was in here, 0.3 mil. Probably that, because that's the smallest size I've got before moving into wires. So, yeah. So I think that's probably around about right in the great scheme of things. So try something like that. Again, sorry it took forever. I was doing it live and I was under pressure. You know what it's like when everyone's watching you, performing.
Yeah.
It's all right for you lots at home saying, oh, for Christ's sake, just drill it.
Hey, got to be a bit more precise than that.
Well, this is it. I didn't want to stab my finger or break my drill bit.
Yeah. It's not live on here.
Failing that, I could take it over to the pillar drill and do it that way, but it'd be more like milling it, using it like a CNC to get it to the right place. I'd end up with big slots going through my tail. Oh God, they're off now though. Tony the Tiger and Rice Krispies.
Snap, crackle and pop, man. That's what you need.
Yes, that's it. Alice says, question, does everyone remember Starfix? And did they ever make a nice kit? I don't remember those.
I remember Starfix and probably not. No. That's into the nice kit bit. I don't even know where they were manufactured.
No, I don't know them either.
Proper cheap, nasty things.
Hey?
They were proper cheap and nasty then.
What, even for you?
Yeah, I drew the line there.
Yeah, look, Tony the Tiger. Chris is on it. Look, there you go.
I've got a Frosties one.
Yeah, there's a Frosties one there. Tony's on the front.
Did Kellogg start as some health spa?
I don't know.
They made a film of it, didn't it? It was some health spa or some like wacky health spa thing it started back in the day.
Kellogg, American.
Dr. Kellogg or whatever he was called, I can't remember. But...
Anyway, we have to talk about the big thing that now apparently aspartame is going to kill us all.
Yes, I drink normal Coke.
That's it. But my point is, do you know how much stuff that's in? Like for me, I have to have caffeine free. And it's, what am I supposed to do? Drink water now forever? Unless you're in LA, because that'll give you cancer. Right, but, you know, it's like now if we're all going to have to move away from aspartame, it's pretty much in everything.
because it's carcinogenic.
When do we hear about that? So is that like?
It's the government have actually said it that it's now it's been listed as a carcinogenic.
Hey, is this like Pepsi Max?
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah, all the diet
anything with diet without full fat sugar in it.
Yeah.
So it's any food as well. But it's been listed now as a carcinogenic. So possible cause cancer.
Brill.
Or it's been linked to. So, like, wow. I'm amazed that there's no massive uproar about it, really.
Yeah, but when we've got a nation that eats kebabs and burgers,
Well, this is true.
it's...
Yeah, they're jumping up and down about, diets and stuff. So that's it now. Everyone needs to eat full fat, everything.
Fat.
Full fat food.
Anyone got any thoughts on Academy's SBD Dauntless?
Great kit. It's the Accurate Miniatures one.
Europe.
Buy it in droves because it's great. Best one by a long way.
It's great.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's Tony the Tiger too. Yes, no, really, 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 really good kit. Buy it with the Avenger.
Yeah.
And the Devastator, because they're all Accurate Miniatures old kits. So, yeah. Very nice.
Fill your boots, the kind of phrase.
Fill your boots, because they're on that sale, what we've got in stock.
Oh, are they for sale?
They are. We have them in. And also, Rebel have reboxed the Accurate Miniatures Dauntless, and I think we've got some of them in as well. Same kit. Okay. So, yeah, fill your boots.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's one. Where's the other one?
This has got to be one of the best looking Spitfires I've ever built.
You're a Griffin powered.
Griffin powered with a proper wing. No guns in the wing. It looks brilliant.
I have a problem. No, we don't.
Phil's got parts missing.
No, I don't. I'm all right. I was just about to say, Houston, we have a problem, but we don't. It's all right. We're okay. I thought we didn't have the shroud for the engine, but we have. She really thought then, like, oh no, this is quite important as well. One of those where I don't exactly going to get away with not putting it on.
Disaster.
Right, so we can do these bits as well, since we've got these here. So I'm just knocking everything up together whilst we're waiting for stuff to dry.
Oh, there you go. Tim says, my understanding is you'd have to drink something like 35 cans a day.
Well,
I have like.
God, that's what you've got to be like after that one.
Right, okay, so let's do these. How do these go? So those go like that. So we've got these two and this guy. Sort of goes in. Sort of goes like that. And then these go in here.
Sea Furies. That's what we need to talk about this afternoon.
Why?
I don't know.
So we have to go. We've all built one. We did that as part of a live group build with all of us.
It was a good build, that.
Yes, I did the thingy one, South American one, wasn't it? Colombian, I did.
Oh, you did, didn't you? I did the Dutch one with a nice orange spinner. It's still at work, actually. It's still in the cabin.
Mine's with yours, isn't it? At work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, at least we finally got the wheel well sorted about what colour they are.
Any colour you want.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. Do what you want.
That's what we decided.
Yeah.
Me and Matt, shortly after that, were up at Yeovilton, weren't we? Lying on our back underneath the one they've got there, having a look.
You blooming was, I wasn't. They were proper rooting around under it.
That's the nice thing there. You're like, can I go under it? Knock yourself out. Then we had that nice chat with the guy about the Wildcat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we were saying, is it really that colour? And he goes, yeah. Christ, it looks like it's been painted by Airfix. Because the colour was a really garish green, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
But apparently they said they'd stripped it back to that colour, so it is genuinely the real colour. I was like, Jesus.
Bit much.
Yeah. It's one of those where if you paint your model like it, you get absolute flamed.
Yeah, you would.
It would never be that colour. It bloody is, look.
That's so Overton, yeah, right.
It probably turns out he wasn't real anyway. He was just walking round.
Yes, yeah. Just trolling people.
Yeah, it's just trolling people. Oh, look, they look like modellers. Watch this. Yes, this is the genuine colour. Right. Okay. One more. Again, this is typical monogram. It's really, really nice. You know, a little bit of cleanup of the parts, and generally it's just going together very, very nicely. No issues, no fuss. You know, just going together very nicely.
What you want? Stress-free building.
First.
Like this, stress-free painting. It's beautiful.
I'm going to have to fill up my pot into that thing there. There's not enough paint coming, glue coming out my bottle. I always put my extra thin bottle at a certain depth, because if you got too much on, you know, it's like it floods.
Yeah.
So I just top it up every now and again, every couple of, you know, probably about every month, just to a certain level. As your Thursday night chats become out of fashion, right? What do you mean, Dennis? Been missing them. We do them every other Thursday, not every Thursday. That's the only thing. But if you mean the members only one, that's why. We don't do them every week. We do them every other. So it gets a chance to have nice fresh questions in there and to come up with topics and all the usual bits, really.
Cotton bud.
Interesting.
It sounds like a storm's blowing outside.
Yeah, I must admit, it's windy here this morning. It seems to have died down a bit, but it's still a bit breezy.
It's all right, yeah.
We did have a sprinkle of rain, though, so we're all right.
Tim Dash Phil, is the new wash a thick or a thin?
Both. The new wash will be both. It will come out in both flavours as a thick and a thin wash.
There you go.
What's it aimed for? It's aimed really because Matt told me to make it.
Yep,
so
I did.
Blame him.
I did. R&D department now.
But well, I didn't tell you to make the thinner one.
Well, no, but you did say you needed this colour. So I was
yes,
like,
it's a good colour, and I'm going to be using it on my 222 on my base. To be honest, the dust for my desert base. It's going to be a nice.
It's funny because I tried to show it on camera the other week. I think it's for the members one and that. And the trouble is, on camera, you can't really see the difference. But to be honest, we had a batch of it done yesterday, which we were bottling. And when you look in the bottling machine at the top, it looks really different. It's massively different to white. Say the best way to do it, it looks like aged bone, but it's great for watermarks, dust, that type of stuff. That's really what it's aimed for. And yeah, it's great. Really, really good for going around either by hand or by you just airbrushing it in. You sort of take your float with it. But yeah, really, really nice. As I say, at the moment we're just going through the things of getting it out to everyone now. So obviously it's going out. Don't stick your finger in it. To everyone, and then hopefully within the next couple of weeks everybody will have had it, and then we'll get it out for sale. But at the moment it's just that we've been making it, which I must admit there was a small problem yesterday. Nothing that couldn't be fixed within a couple of hours work, but yeah, a small snag when we actually bottled around about, I think it was around about 135 to 150 bottles with the wrong label on. So yes, should have gone to Specsavers. So needless to say,
you should put your glasses on.
Well, yeah, I should have my glasses on. That was the trouble. So anyway, after a little bit of cursing, we did what anybody would do: throw my toys out the pram, and then had to unlabel all of them. And then this morning I was up bright and sparky to label them, because my other half went to work this morning at 6 o'clock, and then I was up there relabeling.
You'll not make that mistake twice.
No. To be honest, I've done it before, but maybe just done a couple of bottles. I've never done a full, literally almost a full run, because the wash is made in batches of usually 235 at a time. And it's just that thing about, you just get complacent and you're whipping through it and you're thinking, oh, good. Like I said to Matt, we were doing it yesterday. I finished it about 4:30. I thought, oh, this is good. Early finish on a Friday, and all the rest of it. And it was a case of, oh, that's good. We're all done. We're all sorted, right? Have a drink, and then shit. Found out, no. Look at them, and it's like, oh God. And then I'm thinking, how many have I done? And the labels come on a roll of 100 at a time. So consequently, I'm looking at it going, Jesus, that means there's about 135, 150 need redoing. So, oh, how we laughed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Joys of small business ownership, eh?
Yes. Somebody the other day sent me a message about it, and I was explaining that it's literally me and my other half make them. It's not in a factory. We do have a bottling machine here. To be honest, I've only had that now, 6 months? So before that, they were all done completely by hand. But I did bite the bullet and buy a little bottling machine, which is still mechanical anyway. It's not like you leave it to it and off it goes. But the whole point of it being this way is that I can check the consistency of the wash all the time. And because I see it physically going to every single bottle, I know it's all the right consistency and everything's good. If you had it fully automated and something went wrong, you probably wouldn't know until you got a complaint. So, but yes, it's just, we do them in batches of 200. Right. Then we got to do the camera unit next. High tech this.
Very high tech.
Yes. Thoroughly enjoying it. Look at that, there's a bit of flash on there. Don't see that very often.
Send it back.
Yeah, unbuildable. And I do have to give a quick shout out as well, because I've just remembered, to Glenn Sands, who used to be the editor for Airfix Modelling World. And I know he's watching because I spoke to him yesterday. So, but yes, I did reply to you, Glenn. If you haven't got it yet, I did send a message back to you. But yes, happy days. Because I think Glenn's moved on now to pastures bigger and better and all the rest of it. But Yes, those were the days. Okay, so that has that, and it has something or other, which must be this little guy here, which is going to go between those two. And then it has this, which I assume it would be the pilot's night vision, which I don't think you saw in the film. Did it have night vision?
Yeah, it did.
I know. Oh yeah, it did. It had thermal camera. So, but yeah, they've done it like the Apache, where it has like the PNVS system on top of the targeting pod.
You say so. Question 413. My next build is Ravel's Routemaster, and I'm wondering, do you know of any figures that on the market that could use driver, conductor, passenger? No, Rob, I don't think there's anything for that. But as you're a whiz, I could say, as you're a whiz, Rob, you could knock some up in 3D and print them.
Yeah, this is
what Nathan was going to say.
Yeah, 3D print that stuff. There must be something. It would look cool with figures in it.
It would, yeah.
A conductor and some kid jumping off because he's not paid the fare.
Yeah.
Some little scrote.
Yeah. I miss the Routemaster buses. They were brilliant.
I must admit, we didn't have them down in this part of the world, unfortunately. Missed out on those. We used to have Bayline buses.
Live in London once upon a time. You wait for a bus stop, you just wait for a red light and off you go.
You know the buses these days, up on the top deck, they have that metal bar, so if they hit a tree and that, they don't decapitate everyone. I was watching a video that popped up the other day on the old YouTube, whatever it was, and it had some kid literally hanging off of that as it's driving along. But he's up on the front of the bus. It's like, oh my God.
He's the smartest kid in his year group.
Yeah.
He's no longer with us, but, you know, he was the smartest kid. Yeah. Yeah, his service is next Thursday. Send flowers too. But yeah, he was literally hanging off the front of it as it's going along. If you Google it, you will find it, I'm sure.
Mad as a box of frown.
That might be a bit of a thingy, because I think Greg's just put back the mini art of the tram set, but they're 35th and the bus is 24th scale in it. So, yeah. Unless you could upscale them.
Is that not equivalent to some like railway modelling scale, some giant train scale? That's what Peter's just said, just as I've said it. Model railway figures. I'm sure you could adapt a railway conductor to be a bus one.
Interesting. I think to look what scale's that in the train world then, Phil?
I don't know. I'd have to ask the boss, and she's not here.
Like O scale.
I don't know. What scale it'd be?
Giant scale.
Giant scale, yeah. Call it false perspective, yeah. It's all about false perspective.
Right, we're on a roll here.
So you're flying through that.
It is, yeah, no, it's good actually. It's going together really, really well. Right, hold on, I've got to make sure. So this one will go this way, so that means the pointy bit's got to go this way.
Who says kits will be going out of business or packing in, because there's a load of potentially new stuff coming out?
Will they?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that. What's the matter?
There's some World War II propaganda photos from British, Commonwealth, Great Britain, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Canada. There you go.
Just what I needed.
And 72nd B-25J gunship designed to be used with air dials as a guide kit, instrument panels, and yeah. So, don't know. What we're all having for luncheon.
Well, might have to be leftover Chinese.
Oh, yeah, you've got leftover Chinese. What are you having, Nate?
I'm either going to have like noodles or a bacon sandwich.
Oh, noodles.
Noodles. I must admit, I do like me soft fried noodles. Very nice.
I don't know what I'm having.
Decided yet.
I don't know what we've got.
Cheese on toast is always a good shout for a quick lunch.
Cheese on toast. You don't think to do that, do you? Cheese on toast.
Right. Okay. So I think we're pretty much as far as we're in here, which makes it about perfect. So I'll spray it whilst we're at lunch. And then can come back and hopefully the rotor head will be dry by then.
Yeah.
But no, this has gone really, really well. We're pretty much everything's together now. So yeah, that's the steppy light things on the front. That's for the whisper box on the top. Don't know what they are, admittedly. That's the lights for those two. I don't know how I'm going to cut this bloody glass off of here because I can't get in there with a razor saw.
Carefully.
I'm going to have to do it by hand. The razor saw. I think if I come in with a razor saw like this, I'm going to scratch the bloody glass work. So very carefully.
Very carefully. Yeah.
It's got a slight little bit of yellowing to it, but we'll call that a tint.
Yeah.
So it'll be fine.
There we go. That's a Spitfire ready for spraying.
Oh my God. Too fast, your lot.
The secret is just like 72 scale airfix.
Or monogram.
Yeah.
That's it. Absolutely fine.
To get a build thread up for this, take loads of pictures.
Okay.
I'm ready for my dinner.
It is. Watch your glue, Nathan. Don't knock your glue over.
I've got PRU blue in AK.
Nice.
And then there's a grey. It's got grey on it, which I don't know, medium sea grey, I'm guessing. See, I'll show you the schemes. We've got that, which is grey over blue.
That's quite nice. Yeah, I like that. It's a nice simple scheme. Yeah.
Just blue.
Oh, you got Swedish one. Yeah. I like the other one with the grey, actually. The grey and the blue. That's quite nice markings, that, because the fuselage is all going to be the grey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite nice, that.
Nice, easy, straight line. Nice, easy masking.
I was going to say, because you're following the wings, I take it.
Yeah, the wing root.
Join. Yeah. So that will hide that root as well.
It'll hide that slightly dodgy join I've got.
Yeah, it will be perfect for that.
Bit tricky masking it around the nose, but won't be too bad.
Yeah, that's a good scheme, that.
Question: is there any truth about Dora Wings possibly shutting down because of the ongoing war?
I don't know, but
I've not heard.
I thought they had a load of stuff up on future release anyway, didn't they? Was it Dora did?
I don't know, to be honest.
Don't know. Check on that. Again, I tip my hat to all the Ukrainian companies, because I imagine if it was England, or I should say Britain, was in this predicament, we'd have all shut down and moved.
To be fair, though, we're not a very big country. Ukraine's massive.
Well, yeah, that's it.
But I know where you're coming from.
Can you imagine if it had happened in England? It would have been absolute. I think the Ukrainian people are, so stoic and knuckle down and get on with it. They're a different breed over there.
Definitely.
I think our lot would just run around with your heads cut off.
What, like when it snows?
Yeah, you know what it's like. Here, you get two snowflakes and we fall apart, or if it gets too hot or above 35 degrees, we fall apart.
I think you underestimate the British spirit, my friend.
I think it was all right in 1939. It was a bit different then.
Yeah, I don't know.
We all were just buying tons of toilet roll. That's what we'd have done.
Yeah, that's it. That's what would happen. Quick,
That's
there's a
some
wall.
toilet roll.
Loads of toilet roll. You won't be able to buy pasta. Nothing to put on it, but you know.
Ain't got else to cook it in, but you got.
Yeah, we're all right.
You got raw pasta to suck on. It'd be fine.
I'm going to really quick spray before lunch.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently Mark is saying that Dora Wings, dear friends, Russia attacked our country. This country is under martial law. All shipments have been suspended. Please, understanding, keep in touch. All right, okay.
Well, Mini Art and ICM and all them are functioning, so. And Res Kit and loads of them are, aren't they?
Yeah.
I suppose it depends which bit you're in, because a lot of them obviously moved, didn't they, from certain areas. But yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, when was that statement put up? That's the other thing. What's the date of the statement?
Yeah, was it from like 2 years ago almost?
March.
Yeah, that's it. March last year, I know. So, hey, Neil, I wouldn't like to say. Hey, anyway, it's not all Southerners. I stand here in the southwest. We're not soft.
But,
have you ever tried to haggle with a Cornish person?
It's like trying to haggle with a Yorkshire one.
Yeah, that's it. You just got no hope.
Is this seam checking, Nave?
I think he's doing a bit of both there.
Is there?
Looks like it. Yeah, he's seam checking on that.
It's painting green, isn't it? That's green.
I think he's just using a bit of anything just to seam check it.
Yeah.
It always seems funny because it's only when Nathan's on that you actually see Humbrol paint tin on the same screen.
Is that Humbrol?
No, that's not. It's not Humbrol. Sorry, it's extra colour.
Acrylic.
No, it's extra colour one. Yeah, but he's the only person I know on the entire internet where you'll see that.
It's just a martyr, isn't it? I thought this was a speed build anyway, Phil.
Well, yeah, true.
Well, why is he using extra colour?
Are you actually spraying extra colour, or is it just on your desk? Perhaps he's just using up some old. He must have some rapid thinners in it then.
Must have more than rapid thinners in it to get it to go off. It's spraying all right, though, if it is.
No, yeah, that's it.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's because he's got a lack of thinners in it.
Cheating, that is.
Phil, careful when you fit the canopy of Blue Thunder. Just had a few issues. Well, we'll worry about that when we get to it, I think. I think it's going to be one of those. Oh, John.
Jen?
You've got a nice care package with you, and we will be back at 3.
We will be back at 3, and we need to have a catch-up with John next week.
Yes.
So, yes. All good. Right, we're going to call it a day. Go and get some
luncheon
for 3 o'clock.
Yes, I think so. So don't forget, everybody, we will be back at 3 o'clock. Don't forget, in the meantime, though, we do have some various things going on the sale. Let me just cue this up a bit. So obviously the PM store and obviously Flory Models have got a thing. So just pop along to florymodels.org store, and we've got 25% off all washes right the way through there. And we've got it on the merch as well and all the bits and pieces. So if you want to grab yourself some bits and pieces, now is the time to do it. So grab those whilst you can. And obviously over on the PM Models one as well, we've got 15% off all kits, no matter what manufacturer, it's everything. But it does exclude anything that's already on special offer or the damaged boxes, because to be honest, they're already discounted quite heavily anyway. So down in here, we've got some nice Hobby Boss stuff as well. You can see all of those down in there. We've got some Phantoms. So we've got the main Phantom down in there, and we've got the Bounty Hunters 2-seater F18F or Superbug from Meng as well. Very nice as well. And again, a couple other bits and pieces. So if you want to grab any of these ones, pop along over to pmmodelsuk.com. Have a look around the store. We've got all your sundries, all your paints, all your glues, and all your other bits as well. So if you want to get anything at the same time, you can do. But it's only the kits that are actually on offer. All right. So if you want to grab any of those, you can do right now, which is good. There we go, Nate. You all right? Sorted?
Yeah, all good.
Very
Rapid
nice.
thinners.
Yeah.
And the bare minimum of paint.
Yeah.
Put it on thick, you've had it.
Yeah, be there for
It's
a week.
not going to dry.
Yeah.
That's the secret. I was just spraying it green because I'd mixed loads for the canopy frame. That'll be dry in an hour.
There you go. See?
Right, everybody back onto enamels. Chop, chop.
Yeah, that's it. We'll start stocking enamels. Get them in, Matt. Get them ordered.
Get the orders in.
Cool job. Right, okay then, gents. We're out of here. We'll be back at 3 o'clock. So if you can join us then, absolutely lovely. If not, don't forget, like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up and all the rest of it to mark your appreciation, or just go off and buy something. That works just equally as well. So we will see you all back at 3 o'clock.